All right, welcome back to some more Alan Wake 2. We just got the heart from our lovely friend Nightingale, who's dead, on the table. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube, make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video if you guys do enjoy. If you're on Twitch and TikTok, you already know the business. You already know the deal. Let's go. Let's go.
Who was writing who? Who was writing this poem? Me?
Yes.
No.
Bro, you're always writing. That's the whole point of the game. Ooh, okay, we got an echo here. I do it? Is it up here, maybe?
Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it hanging in the air. A meaning, the violent emotion of the act, like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something had soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression was something you had managed to forget, marking you, taking you for a ride, making you crazier.
I almost finished reading that. I probably should read those things. Now that I think about it, we are doing playthroughs of these games, so it probably makes sense for me to actually start reading, like, all the dialogues and manuscripts and everything, but I'm just so impatient, man. So impatient. Yes. Yes. Okay, but how do I get into that one? Will I be able to get it from here? The arrows are pointing to it. Nice. So maybe I was able to get that other one before. I just didn't wait long enough. Provides a chance, 10 to 15% chance to not consume ammo when firing. See, we don't have any shotgun bullets or shotguns yet, so. Ramon, thank you so much for the follow on TikTok. Appreciate that, fam. Reading is so overrated, right? That's what I'm saying. Or I'm just impatient. Either or. Oh my god. My game is like crashing right now. Hello?
The station had changed. I was closer now.
I have 3 lights right now, by the way. Luke, thank you so much for the hearts on TikTok. I appreciate it, man.
I'm outside time and space, outside reality. But this is real. A nightmare to me. An ocean of darkness.
That was the first time that my game actually started skipping. That's never happened before.
Parliament Tower. Our home in New York. Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape.
What's the premise of this game? Essentially, well, so Alan Wake 2 takes place, what, 13 years after Alan Wake 1? And Alan Wake is a writer, and he's pretty much narrating his own story against what's called the darkness. And essentially, we're fighting the darkness and trying to survive. Essentially. I don't really know how else to put it. Somebody else can probably put it better than I can. Oh, there's a phone.
The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Hey, Alan. Thank God he picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Who are you? Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper? To the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did.
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
Well, we would be if you
Is
would
it the
answer
sheriff?
my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? you make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come.
Wait, hello?
Who is that? I'm trying to remember the voice. Get to the apartment in Parliament Tower. Wait, where is the tower again? Oh, I don't know, James. Maybe you're right underneath it? Can we just walk right in, maybe? Can. Easy.
Maybe he was a victim. The writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way,
Do you want to play a game?
She knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
Okay. Oh, dude, the elevator just opens up for us. Of course it does. Of course it does, dude. My TikTok bio doesn't mention Twitch. Thank you. I need to change that. Thank you. Like on my TikTok, I have like the Twitch thing that's on my actual TikTok, but that's a good call out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, hello. Jesus. Hunting. Dun dun dun.
Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off when the door opens.
Get out! Leave me alone!
Alice! Alice!
This doesn't look like the apartment that we were
Alice.
in. Take photos for exhibition posters.
This is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her?
Okay. Anything else in here that we can grab? I was gonna say, do I have a flashlight? I do.
This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books.
Yeah, this is a
symbol wasn't here
oh,
before.
this is a completely different area.
Alice's video camera. No memory card inside.
Oh, we need to find the memory card. Focal point of the dark place. Video art doc. Part 1.
Part 1. What was Alice working on?
That is a great question, Mr. Wake. Let's find out, shall we? Ooh, they had a projector for a TV instead of an actual TV.
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing.
Had.
We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions.
Oh, this is after I
The
disappeared.
only difference was that Alan's work made money.
Wait, is it?
He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right?
Mm-hmm.
We loved
Indeed.
each other.
She got lost? No, she
Then-
didn't get lost.
Alan hit a block.
She escaped the darkness, and we got put in
Brought out
place.
a meaner side of him,
That's right.
one I didn't like. I set up a trip to see see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do too sometimes.
Damn.
About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices.
Is it
Alan
Alan?
was back. Haunting me. Then it got violent.
Oh. Okay.
It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And
Interesting.
this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew.
Huh.
I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Okay.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
Interesting. That's so creepy, dude. What the fuck? What?
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere.
I have no head.
Looped me back.
Or am I sleeping?
I was writing this story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
Later, T. Thank you so much for hanging out, man. I appreciate you. Seeing real footage like this feels so unsettling. It's definitely a change of pace. That's for sure. And yes, Kenny did remind me about my That was a very short part, by the way, of my drivers. The game is tripping. The game is certainly very trippy indeed, Dakota. Very trippy indeed. Yeah, that was only 15 minutes. I keep hearing the name Alice, and all I think is Resident Evil. Another great series. Are you guys hearing that chime, by the way? Doom, doom. Was that just on my side? What's up, Tuna? How are you, fam? You're hearing it? Okay. Yeah, it's like the epic achievements.
Let's recap what you've told us so far, Ellen. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place.
Yeah.
It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence,
Yeah,
wants
first
to
I'm
rewrite
playing.
the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people,
Yeah.
making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything like darkness when night falls.
Exactly, Kenny.
But last time it...
This will be back in 2010.
New York, but not
Yes,
New York, better known
last
as New
time it
Jersey.
didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker.
The clicker.
Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the Dark Place, make all this shit go away.
Like a psychological horror, Hibby.
Look, I know it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
They drank their coffee at the same time. Y'all notice that?
Mr. Wake. Alan. We've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the Dark Place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
We are in danger, Skylar. We're all in danger. Anybody get that reference? I still don't get, like, my partner.
It's insane. And there's so much of it. Have you ever heard of the Cult of the Tree?
Cult of the
Creepy
Tree.
bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness, possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something?
This game is definitely worth it, by the way, if you're
Wake said
interested.
the cult has the clicker.
It's definitely worth it, Craig.
How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker.
Wake is hiding
Wake
pages.
has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake. Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa.
Interesting, interesting, interesting. Have anything for cases?
Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult.
It's all about the clicker, dude. Okay. Who's involved? Oh. Both working for or with somebody. Cases were hard to keep up. I like the idea of the cases, but I will say that it's kind of like jarring a little bit.
Called Return, written by Alan Wake, and the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance?
It's jarring a little bit from like the main game, I would say. But it is a cool concept, I will say. Wow, we have a lot on this.
Oh.
I'm also just kind of putting everything where I'm just throwing things down right now. I love how she gets pissed when you throw it down somewhere and it's not supposed to be. I guess I could probably read James. That would make sense to read it. The clicker. Bro. 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 Like, how was I supposed to know that it's going down here? Oh my god. All the way to the floor. Okay, so that's for later. Okay. Cold stashes. Alright, I think that's it. Are we good? We're good. We're good. Only have 3 upgrades. Isn't a clicker just a remote control?
Okay.
Clicker
Mr.
for the
Wake,
light. A light
I
switch.
know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them.
Okay.
Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree.
Ah.
A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon.
Go. There we go.
The Cult of the Tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this.
Excuse me.
Standing inside the trailer at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the cult of the Tray. Her mind reeled from what the horror story was now claiming about her. Her life, her past. She didn't accept it. She stepped out of the trailer. She needed air. But she wasn't alone. A cultist stared at her from behind a deer mask. She drew her weapon, shouted, ran after him.
Okay, so we have to go to this trailer.
It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
From now on, you can switch between Alan and Saga's stories via the bucket in the janitor's break room. Feel free to play in whatever order you choose. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. So you can choose what story you want to play through. Interesting. Okay. That's interesting.
You wrote these pages in the dark place. So why are we finding them here?
I think I wrote them up. I remember writing an endless amount of pages, but when this happened before, the pages were being sent from the dark place to help me. Maybe the same thing is happening here.
That's all for now, Mr. Wake. Thank you for your cooperation.
Need to play through both anyway? Yeah, I figured as much. I figured as much. Alright, let's go.
Hi, welcome.
Past favorite Deerfest floats. Go.
I love how we just busted out of that door in front of everybody.
Welcome to
This is
Coffee
the
World.
third time.
Best coffee
I still give me nightmares.
attractions are family
It keeps
friendly.
going on by itself. It's
It is one thing that I will enjoy, that I do not have to worry about driving myself, because you guys know that I don't do well with driving in video games, so